Welcome to Mediocre Gaming, and today we're playing Deep Rock Galactic. Well, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I'm Zarel. Let's get to it. Alright, so today we're talking about Oktoberfest. But before we get to that, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, smash that subscribe button, and ring that bell to be notified of all future episodes as soon as they go live. Alright, so let's get into it. So the Oktoberfest is a limited time event that is going on in DRG right now. It'll probably go for about 2 weeks. One of the first things that you'll notice is that they have a beer and brat combo at the Abyss Bar. It doesn't give you any benefit other than having actual food on the rig. Now, when you first log in, you'll get a notification. Last year's Oktoberfest Fedora is given automatically, and then 2 more pieces of headgear are also given to you. In addition, there are mugs, beer mugs, that are scattered throughout the levels, so 1 per level that you have to find, or if you want to find, and that will earn you double performance points for that level, and for that level only. So the Oktoberfest is a 5 assignment series that'll give you 15,000 credits, 550 crafting materials, 20 brewing ingredients, 1 overclock for your weapon, 1 cosmetic, and then the hats. Of course, the hats. Now, we're going to talk a little bit about the levels that you have to do, but mainly I want to talk about just the festival in general. The reason to do the festival is to get the cosmetics, and then also to get the credits and the crafting materials. So the first stage, or first part of the assignment that you have to do is an escort duty. So you need to get that Amaran Heartstone, which, it could be. You can make it as difficult as you want, because you only have to do hazard 2 or above in order to make this work. Actually, you might be able to do it on any hazard level, but it's not really as worthwhile if you're doing anything less than 2. I would say, if you have a promoted dwarf that you're using, I would say 3 or above. If you're a little bit newer, 2. So the Oktoberfest, you want the credits. The credits are kind of the universal currency. You use it for all kinds of things. You use it for overclocks. You use it for promotions. You use it for the other matrix cores, so the cosmetics, weapon skins, etc. And credits can also be used to exchange, or you could buy. So the credits, you take the credits and you can buy crafting materials with it. And there's a daily deal as long as you have that unlocked. Now, crafting materials, same thing. You can use them for the matrix cores, either weapon, overclocks, cosmetics. You can also exchange them for credits at the terminal. Just know that the exchange rate is always in the house's favor. You're never going to get a good deal on it. Just some deals are better than others. The daily deal is usually the best deal that you're going to get, whereas anything else, the regular deal is not a good deal. But if you need something, the only other way to do it would be to go into that particular level that gives those types of materials, and then of course go after them. So it's up to you how you get those materials for your promotions and your matrix cores. Alright, so that's stage 1 done. The escort duty. Now remember, if you find the mug, the best worst mug, And of course, you get a piece of that festival pie for each one. So if you get the mug, you get double performance, which is great if you are behind in the season, or if you want to, grind out some levels and get some extra credits. Because every time you go up a level past 100, you get 500 credits. So the second stage is alien eggs. Of course, you can find those on the side of the walls. You can see them on the terrain scanner. So it's just a matter of getting to them and getting them into the mule. Once again, keep a lookout for the mug, the best worst mug, and that will of course give you double performance bonus for the level. Now that does not include any challenges that you may have on the board. So only your performance level, which usually runs in the 500 to 1500, depending on how long you've been in the level and what you have accomplished, like how many enemy bugs you've taken out, etc. So it's normally in that range. If you go really quick, it'll be closer to 500. If you're in the level and doing a lot, it's probably going to be closer to 1500. And of course, I think that the hazard level affects that as well. So I would say go ahead and do the highest hazard level that you feel comfortable doing, that you have at least a 50% chance of completing. So that would be, I would say, ideal. It gives you that risk reward balance where you're getting a decent amount of performance bonus, but you're not risking failing the level. So as we go through with the different levels, you'll see what the performance is for each level, and then of course getting the mug gives you that bonus. And as you can see, things like the data cell, those things don't get doubled, and if you have a challenge, that also does not get doubled. You'll see each mission, you get a little bit better rewards as you go along, getting up to that 15,000 in credits, plus all the materials and the overclocks. You'll see, of course, are way at the end. Now it's nice that these festivals are set up the way they are. You can do them at your own pace. You can do them all in one sitting, or you can spread it out over the course of the festival. So the first day that it comes out, you can go and do all of them, or if you prefer, you can do one today, one tomorrow, and so on and so forth until you finish. Entirely up to you. Of course, the normal weekly assignments, etc., aren't going to wait for you. So those things still need to be done, even if the Oktober Festival is still going on. So just keep that in mind, that the weekly reset is still going to happen on time. Now, third stage is a quarks. You gotta look for the little glowing blue bits on the side of the wall, nothing on the terrain scanner. Pick them up, and then you have to defend your position for 2 minutes, and then skedaddle to the drop pod and get out. Once again, of course, keep your eyes open for the best worst mug. You'll see it pop up both on the performance of both sections of the end screen here. When you see your tally of everything, is say best worst beer mug, and then you get the double on the next page for the season points. So performance points or your seasonal points, whatever you want to call it. So last mission we got 2,000 credits, this one we got 3,000 credits. Like I said, it just kind of keeps going up as you go along. Next stage of the deep dive has you taking out dreadnoughts. Dreadnoughts are those boss-like bullet sponges that you have to deal with. So make sure that you're looking for nitra and making your way to get those resources. Keep your eyes open for the best worst beer mug as well, so you can get that bonus. And then make your way out. If you have a driller, you can take a straight line approach. If you prefer, you can follow the mule back to the drop pod. Now, I would say elimination stages or the dreadnought stages are some of the more difficult ones. Not necessarily because the dreadnoughts are difficult, but because you have this mandatory sense or reason to pick up nitra. Most levels you can voluntarily pick up nitra. You don't necessarily have to, as long as you keep it within a certain time frame in terms of length. If it's 5 to 10 minutes, you don't necessarily need to get a resupply. But when you're dealing with dreadnoughts, you're going to need at least 1, if not 2 resupplies, or I should say like 1 or a half, at least a half resupply per dreadnought. Possibly 1. So if you have 3 dreadnoughts, you might need 3 or 4 resupplies. 2, you might need 1 or 2. Alright. Once again, completed the mission. You'll see in the breakdown, you get so many credits, you get so many experience, plus crafting materials that you mined, and then any extras that you might have gotten, like the best worst beer mug or brewing components. And there we go. So double 1105 double, so 2210. Like I said, great if you need to catch up. All right, so 3,500 this time instead of 3,000. So like I said, everything goes up a little bit, and then of course we're on the mining mission. So the mining mission, I think, is the most straightforward mission because it's just dealing with the bugs as they come, and then of course looking for minerals, specifically morkite, but you're always on the lookout for gold and nitra. Gold gives you more credits, of course, and who wouldn't want more credits? And as you progress in levels and promotions, you realize that you really need gold, possibly more often than you thought you did. You might have used your trade table to get some extra crafting materials, and you say, I don't really need this gold, and then find out later on, you're like, oh man, I wish I wouldn't have spent all my credits on crafting materials, because now I need a whole bunch of credits to promote my dwarf. The matrix cores, whether it's cosmetic or an overclock, those are always within a certain range. Those don't seem to change, but promotions as you go up, each additional level or tier gets a little bit more expensive. After you get to gold and then beyond, it's I think really noticeable the difference in what you have to pay out. The first one, very, very cheap, You may not think so because you're very resource poor at that point. But as you go along, you realize just how big of a deal it is. Alright, so all these levels for the festival you can do by yourself, you can do with other people, you can do it with your friends, you can do it with match-made friends or online friends, whatever you want to call them. And in general, having 4 people playing on a level will make it go faster, so you don't have to spend as much time on each level. So instead of half an hour playing solo with 4 players, you know, it may only take 10 minutes or 15 minutes. Depends on where everybody's at in terms of player rank, as well as familiarity with objectives and levels in general. But that's it. Enjoy the festival. Enjoy getting all those extra resources and credits and cosmetics, etc. that you're going to get by completing it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to check us out on social media, and thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing, and we'll see you next time.
When the damn bugs start to feel like family, you know it's time to quit. Shields placed. Rock on!
That's one for the books. Retrieving escape pod.
Rock and stone! Rock and stone, everyone!
Assignment completed.
Rock and stone, yeah! Lloyd, the finest brew you've got, gimme! To darkness!